I'm Elizabeth Williams Bushey, and I thought you might be interested in some of the stuff that I used to create the I Know an Old Woman video. They're based on Balinese shadow puppets. This is what they look like when they're not behind a shadow box. This is the old woman, and as you can see, she's basically a rod puppet, and make her mouth move by moving this rod. See? She's just, all she is she's cardstock. She's cut out of heavy paper. She's hinged together by basically regular office supplies. You see, this is just something you can get at any basic office supply store. It's one of those brass hinges, and I just took, don't do this, you can't do this yourself without a grown-up. I cut out with an X-Acto. This is hard to cut with the scissors, but you can make interesting shapes with scissors, safety scissors, and you can cut out hands. You see, I didn't do anything fancy for her hands. She just has mitten shapes. What I did was, because the original plan was for her to get bigger and bigger as she ate more and more things, I have her pleated skirt, and I put a hole punch. I used a regular hole punch that you can get. This is just, I hinged her jaw and her head are separate, and I attached a rod to it, and that's how the animals that I created are also just cutouts on rods, and to hold them together I used a piece of floral foam and stuck the rods in, and that keeps them safe and sound, because if you lay these down flat they can get damaged, and you can see they're pretty messy up close. So they're not pretty, they're not really perfect. There's a lot of tape on this little sucker to keep it together. And this is the spider. This spider, actually what happened was we moved from New York to California, and during the move my little spider got kind of destroyed, so I had to remake the spider. Actually I had to remake a lot of these before I did the video, but just to show you, don't ever give up, keep trying. A lot of these puppets actually ended up coming out better the second time that I did them. So this is just taped together, and behind a shadow they look pretty good. Here's a closer look at the horse, and again you can see I used a razor blade to cut it out, and if you're looking at it going, wow, that looks really good, keep in mind that I've been practicing doing this my whole life. So, you know, practice, 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 don't give up. And again, the perfect circle is a hole punch. You'll see the fly is kind of interesting, was another hole punch, and you can get them at craft stores. See? The bird, I made the wings and I just taped them on, and I made a little slit and I cut them out and taped them together, because as you can see there's a little hole in the middle of the bird, and you couldn't really get those wings through that hole, could you? So I had to tape them together. And here's my little dog, see? And he just has a spiral cut out for his eyes. And those are my shadow puppets. Now, if you want to build your own shadow puppet theater, it's not hard to do either. They sell foam core board in craft stores. They sell them in dollar stores too. And you can get tissue paper. What I do is I pasted tissue paper on the back, and it doesn't even matter if it's wrinkled, because you're going to tape it on all sides. And I got a display board, and I think I got it at a store like Staples or Office Depot. Doesn't matter which one you go to. You can actually sometimes pick these up at the dollar store. And then I just did this. I decorated the heck out of it. And that's what I did. I got a bag of sequins at the dollar store and some silver metallic markers, and I made my stage. And here you can see through it. And this is just a single layer of tissue. Now don't be upset if you actually bust through it, because you can always tape on more tissue. So, as you can see, it doesn't really matter if you make a mistake, because you can always try again. You can always do it over. You can always keep trying. The only failure is when you give up. And as long as you never get up, then you never ever fail. So, you can make shadow puppets at home. They don't have to be black. because they're going to be shadows. You don't need to have special dowels. You can use pencils. You can use popsicle sticks. Your only limit is your imagination, so you can do that. And there's just one last person I want to introduce you to, and that is Van Drageson. And he played the horn for you. So, enjoy the video.